shining light on it. This is the desk of James Buchanan. It was his favorite item. He adored this desk. This desk was handmade for him by our founder, Dr. John Anderson, who amongst the many attributes to he and his character was also a very talented woodworker. This desk is made of solid local cherry wood, fashioned in the popular Sheraton style, and Buchanan signed many official documents on this desk, and just enjoyed it in totality. So when Buchanan was, so at the time that the desk was made for him, he was with us 10 years. By the time he was inaugurated president in 1857, he had been with us for 37 years every year. So yes, he did get some extra special treatment, but he was adored by all. Well, his desk was in his apartment when he arrived as our president for the very first time in the summer of 1857. Well, he goes into his apartment. The staff and owners are there to greet him. Remember, he was certainly our longest term visitor, adored by all, very outgoing personality, and he was receiving the congratulatory reception very well. Lots of backslapping attaboys, and he was taking it all in and just kind of surveying the edges of his apartment, and got a little puzzled look on his face and suddenly said, "Where's my desk?" And the staff and owners said, "Well, Mr. President, we decided to gift you a new desk for your latest political achievement." Absolutely outraged, foot stomping mad, having the equivalent of a toddler tantrum, yelling, screaming, demanding that his desk be brought back or he would take his business elsewhere. Well, they were all quite aghast, but scrambled to the fourth floor attic to retrieve the old desk. Fortunately, they had not disposed of it. Common practice was, oh, let's just throw it on the burn pile, that old thing. Well, fortunately, they didn't do that. They brought down the old desk, switched them out, and I have no idea what the new one looked like because it didn't make it more than 2 minutes. Well, now he's very happy. He's apologizing to everyone. He's sorry for the outburst and the trouble, but never really gave them an explanation as to why. So everyone was literally scratching their heads going, why does he like this old desk over the new one? Well, everybody set it aside for a while, went back to their normal duties, and in the next few weeks, it was told to the staff and owners by one of the housekeepers, hey, I think I know why he loves that desk so much and he made such a fuss. Well, do tell, and she said, he keeps his dress shirts in his drawers. 2 dress shirts per drawer. He did not want a wardrobe or a dresser. There were no closets at the time. He simply stored his dress shirts in his desk drawer, utilized the writing surface, but don't touch his drawers. They're off limits, they're for his shirts. Everybody got the biggest chuckle, and the incident became known as the Jimmy Desk fiasco. We shall always cherish it. It is truly a magnificent piece with a lot of historical provenance. We have his original inkwell and stand, which, if you notice, is a turkey. It's the original Pennsylvania state bird. It is no longer a turkey, it's the ruffled grouse. Also notice that the pen holders are upside down turkey talons, quite an unusual piece. The inkwells are all hand-cut rock crystal. We have his scissors and also his letter opener. We're very proud to have this to display. We found it in one of those same fourth floor attics as the as the coverlets and some other wonderful items. So we'll always treasure it. He might come back to get us if we don't. So it truly is a beautiful piece. It did have a matching chair, but this is not it. The chair probably just fell apart. This is a Civil War chair, though. Only one we have, returned by Mr. Deffabaugh, so we'll probably get more at some point. This is the original needlepoint, wool needlepoint from Civil War, and its stuffing is hay and horsehair. So really wonderful item. Now, part two. This lovely young lady is not his niece, as some believe. Buchanan was and still is our only bachelor president to date. He took his niece, he traveled with his niece, Harriet Lane. She came here to Bedford Springs with him. She also accompanied him to all of the official state functions and also the inaugural ball when he was inaugurated president in 1857. However, this is not his niece, Harriet Lane. This is his best friend, Queen Victoria of England. Queen Victoria and President Buchanan were, as we would call today, BFFs or besties. They formed their deep bond of friendship when he was ambassador to England prior to his presidency. They corresponded on a regular basis, and the connection here is that Queen Victoria had the option and the choice of who to send the very first transatlantic cable message to. The transatlantic cable was finally completed in August of 1858, and Queen Victoria decided, well, I'll just send Jimmy a message. She called him Jimmy, he called her Victoria. None of this Your Majesty stuff with them, they were so close. And because Buchanan was staying here at Bedford Springs for his summer vacation, right here in our lobby, we received another historic official event in that we received the very first transatlantic cable message right here with the Morse code message from Queen Victoria, August 12th of 1858, connecting the United Kingdom with North America, bringing that telegraph signal, as we say, across the pond, and connecting the two continents, bringing further communications, better communications. Well, it was a great idea, and it did suffice for a while. However, the Queen sent the first message here. Buchanan's reply, her message and reply are both in your history pamphlets. Very timeless message. She was quite the visionary. What she sent to Buchanan actually could correspond to today's events going on in the world. So she was quite brilliant. So the cable sent 40 messages after the first here to Bedford Springs. Somewhere along the depths of the ocean, the cable malfunctioned. It took the engineers 8 years to find the problem and repair it. So it was greatly, widely celebrated, this transatlantic cable. However, it did certainly have its problems. They created and laid 2 more cables in those 8 years. Both of those were successful. And once they pulled up the first one, they discovered that the insulating material they had used to coat the many twisted layers of copper wire to conduct that signal across the ocean was not up to the depths and pressures of the Atlantic and also the frigid temperatures. So with some alterations, we went on to enjoy that communication, and actually has, of course, laid the communications for our underground cable, and of course now our fiber optics. So they really they saw the amazing engineering feat just prior to the Civil War. It was really quite celebrated worldwide. So we played a very big part of that. Buchanan and Queen Victoria remained very close friends until he passed in the fall of 1868. She was 30 years his junior. She went on to reign until 1901. Queen Victoria was our late Queen Elizabeth's grandmother. Victoria had two sons, Edward and George. George was Elizabeth's father. So they, of course, the royal family remained strong, but their connection was very deep, and you never know where you're going to find a friend. Everyone thought it was quite an unusual pairing, Victoria and Jane Buchanan. Friends are friends, so we're very proud to play a part in all of that. Oh, and the original message, once the Queen sent the message, took 16 hours to come through here to Bedford Springs. So, and think about that. Now we type out a couple words, we hit send, boom, boom, bing, bing, back and forth. So we've come a long way, that's for sure. We sure have. But right here, we were in the middle of it.